Today, Fun with Flowers and Jay is brought to you by Chrysal USA, introducing new Chrysal Floral Foam Elite. And Swiss Army Tools, quality you can depend on.
Welcome to the world of flowers. I'm Jay Schwanke. I've spent my entire life surrounded by flowers. As a fourth-generation florist, flowers have been a part of my daily life for as long as I can remember. Now I'm on a mission to share my knowledge and love of flowers with everyone I meet. Growing, picking, arranging, designing, and sharing. It's all fascinating to me because I love flowers. Anything flowers and everything flowers. Welcome to Fun with Flowers and Jay. Today on Fun with Flowers and Jay, we're looking at the difference between arranging flowers and designing flowers, and creating a wonderful flower design in a watering can. Many times, the container that we're using for our arrangement will dictate what that arrangement should look like. In this case, we're using a watering can today. And you'll notice the hole is extremely big. So if we were using that with just water inside, it might be more difficult for us to design. So today we'll use foam to allow us to design the arrangement and make it more detailed. We're starting with a hard plastic liner that actually fits down inside the container and will hold our foam and the water. Next, we place our foam into the container. We want to have our foam stick up above the top of the container, but it's a little too far. I want it to be about an inch or so. So we'll cut off a piece of foam. Now, we can take this piece of foam and divide it into two pieces. You'll notice that I cut them on angles so that they can fit down inside the container next to the foam and hold it into place. That's going to keep our foam nice and stable in our container. Our next step is to bevel the foam. I'm cutting the edges off of the foam so that it's easier for me to place my flowers into the foam. This gives me a surface here, all the way along and all across the top, as opposed to a firm, hard edge. You'll be amazed at how beveling the foam makes your flower designing easier. We'll add our water that has our floral nutrient dissolved in it. And we're ready to create the flower arrangement. Our placements are going to go into the foam, and it will allow us to make strategic placements exactly where we want them. Let's pick out some flowers. For this arrangement, I've selected some Crispidia yarrow, that's globe yarrow. We've got some ladies' mantle, viburnum bush, our chocolate Queen Anne's lace, some beautiful dahlias, explosion grass, and delphinium. I selected flowers that look like they come from the garden. You could pick flowers in the garden, or you could visit your favorite flower seller to get the flowers you want for your arrangement. So our first step is to start with our line flower. That's the delphinium. And again, we're going to think about the garden when we're designing this arrangement. Delphinium grows upright and usually in the back of the garden because it's taller than other types of flowers. So we'll cut our stem, and we can place that stem directly into the foam. The great part about the flower foam is that it administers water to our flowers. We have to make sure that we stick our stems deep into the foam. That way it will hold onto the stems. We'll group several of the delphinium together. You'll notice that I'm putting them in at different heights so that they look natural. Delphinium all wouldn't grow even. They'd grow at different heights. And I also have extra pieces like this that can go towards the outside. These are the auxiliary tendrils that are off to the side. So we'll take those and reserve those for a little bit later in the arrangement. We've got all of our delphinium together. Our next step will be to use our focal flowers. The dahlias are a perfect focal flower. Now, the other thing that I notice is this stem is growing up over that flower. So I'm going to remove that stem and reserve it with our other little tendrils. I'm going to take this one off too, because I feel like having two above it makes it look like antenna a little bit. Place that in there. Our next dahlia. And one more. We can use our other dahlia blossoms, the little buds, off to the side. Next, we'll add Our Lady's mantle. It's great because it's a wonderful green color. And using that chartreuse green with our other colors in this arrangement will make the other colors bubble up around it. That's why they call it acid green, because it makes other colors more vibrant. We've placed all of those together in one spot, and I'm going to place one more over on the other side, just because it makes it look a little bit more unexpected. I don't want it to be too uniform, because uniformity isn't going to make it look like a piece of the garden. We'll use our Viburnum bush. And if I have a piece like this that has foliage on it, I can cut that and use it on the back side of the arrangement to help cover up my foam. Remember, if you're placing your stem into the foam and you don't like where it is and you pull it out, go into a different clean area of the foam and make a new hole. Never go back into the same hole, because air can get trapped in between the stem and the foam, and the flower won't have any water. We've got a great place right here for our chocolate Queen Anne's lace. And the other tendrils can be used in different parts of the arrangement. I love explosion grass because it has that great little explosion of little tiny particles at the top, and it looks very much like wildflowers or a garden. We'll slip it into the center of the bouquet, letting it fall forward. It's great too because that explosion grass and the leaves are going to hang over the other flowers. When placing delicate stems into the foam, take your hand and hold your fingers close to the end of the stem. Then place it into the foam and inch your way down into the foam a little stem at a time. If you come in and try and push from this area, you could break the stem. So inching it down little by little will ensure that you get it all the way into the foam. I love the Crispedia or the Globe Yarrow. It dries wonderfully, but I like the way that that little ball bounces on the end of that stem. And we can use it unexpectedly through the arrangement. I like having something fun in the arrangements that I make because it's unexpected for people to see and they enjoy seeing those fun things and their eyes are drawn to them. We've got a couple pieces of the blue delphinium left. We'll use those down low in front. Our arrangement has a definite front, so this might be something that would sit on an end table and not on the center of a table where people would go around the back side. I do cover up all of my foam on the back side, but I also leave an area where I can get in to add water and also reach my finger in to check the water to make sure that we have enough water all the time for the flowers. Our final step is to coat it with the Chrysal Professional Glory. We can use Chrysal Professional Glory on any type of flower, and we want to make sure that we coat it front and back. The nutrients inside there will ensure that our flowers remain as fresh as possible. So you see, using foam allows us to place flowers strategically exactly where we want them. It's the difference between arranging flowers and designing flowers. Until next time, keep having fun with flowers.